Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Alex Dworkin, and I'm a managing partner at 40 Capital. We specialize in a very unique mathematical approach to the stock market, where we calculate the market and individual stocks in three-dimensional space. And when we do, essentially perfect order emerges, and then we can predict the overall market or individual stocks with great precision in, once again, both price and time. Now, I believe our work is nearly identical to what Jim Simmons was able to accomplish at Renaissance Technologies. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Jim and his accomplishments, but what I will do is I included a link to to our work, to the proof, or mathematical proof, I should say, and some of our market calls in the description of this video. And if you'd like to learn more, I do encourage you to take a look and you will see everything that you need to see. Otherwise, I'm going to just be talking about our mathematical work for the next 2 hours at the very least. So this is the continuation of a series of work that we've been publishing last week and a week before that, where we take a look at the individual stocks using our analytical software that once again calculates the stock market or individual stocks in both price and time. And we give our projections because very often what happens is we are able to ascertain exactly where any particular stock will top or bottom. And if everything is clear in that regard, then we know the timing as well. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be looking at Merck. It had quite a substantial decline right off the top here. I'm not a big fan of the company because of what happened during COVID, but from this perspective, all we're interested in is where's the bottom and what will the stock do next. So it's a bit of a busy chart. So let me unclick some of the things here and take a look at it from that perspective. Now, what you see on your chart here is composite cycles. And you see, which you typically don't see from other analysts, you see both up and down cycles. And why that is because in any given market composite or for individual stocks, we have both up and down market composites or cycle composites running. And it's not as simple as that. We have actually multiple cycle composites running for any individual stock or the overall stock market. So this is just a good representation of what's going on with Merck to show you and what the future holds. So as you can see, it called out every single major top, and then as well as important bottoms here, 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 and it's projecting one right here. Okay, so from our perspective, this is just one of our timing indicators. I shouldn't say timing indicators, one of our mathematical timing calculations that projects where the bottom is, or in this particular case, where the bottom is going to be. So it is saying that the stock is going to bottom around this region. The actual cycle composite arrives on 30th of August, but we give quite a bit of margin of error to this particular cycle because it's a long-term cycle. It is, I think, 7.5 years. So there are typically going to be a couple of months involved associated with this particular margin of error. What the lines you see here is another timing indicator that we use, and this one is we call cycle clusters. So basically what in our work, what we figured out is that the overall stock market or individual stocks typically top or bottom at points where not a singular cycle arrives, but many of them arrive at the same time. Okay, so this particular chart, as you know, will have multiple cycles running through them. Okay, but if we what our software does, it runs them back, it identifies all the cycles and then projects them into the future. Now, the point in the future where these cycles come together is going to be the likely point of where the turning point is going to be. So in this particular case, as you can see, if we click on this, we have two cycles here around October, middle of October, and we have, let me click here, 3 cycles here, but this particular juncture has passed. So all we have to do is concentrate on this particular juncture. And this is a long-term cycle, meaning that this is very important. As you can see, it nearly lines up perfectly with this composite, the cycle composite down. Okay. So essentially what we anticipate a significant bottom to occur in Merck stock. And what happens thereafter, very important question. And I'm glad you asked it. So if we look at the upper composite cycles, we have one that arrives in early 2027. So we can say with, I don't want to say near certainty, but in this particular situation, a high percentage of confidence that once the stock bottoms here, it's going to run up here and then subsequently here. So the sell-off we're seeing is a longer term sell-off. And once it bottoms, it's going to have a longer term bull market that will eventually take it to all-time highs or above this peak. So the question becomes, well, where is exactly the bottom? So if we look at our midterm and long-term three-dimensional calculations, we have an important cluster right here, as you can see, around this area, around, let's see, like 63, 60, 65. They all line up around this area. So we can ascertain with a high degree of probability that the bottom is going to be around this area. Okay. We have another tool that we use that also projects something very similar in terms of three-dimensional calculations. So let me look at this, and it is even more clear here that the stock hasn't bottomed, because when you have this open area, it means it hasn't bottomed and needs to reach into this area before a bottom can be taken into consideration. So it is also around the same area of 60. This one is the range is a little bit more, between 55 and 63, $64 a share. So when you take all of that into consideration, our work is essentially saying that there's going to be a significant bottom later in the year in Merck stock. And once it bottoms, it's going to reverse and increase quite dramatically. Let me pull up the other chart, quite dramatically into this time juncture, and then subsequently into this time juncture, with the stock being at an all-time high. I'm not sure if they're going to come up with another poison that they're going to push on all of us, but that's a little besides the point. The point being is that if you can catch this bottom and then ride it all the way up, there's a potential of a fast move right here into early 2027. Then you're going to make a lot of money. So this analysis is a bit more general in nature. As you can understand, we do have targeting analysis for this particular stock that concentrates on a shorter term work that's able to identify with more precision exactly where this bottom is going to be. And then we issue targeting analysis for the same stocks or targeting advice, and then hopefully make money. So if you're interested in any of that, this more exact forecast, I should say, we do have a free service associated with our work. It is 30 days free, no credit cards, none of that. And we have approximately 52 mega cap stocks. We have fast movers. We have Dow Jones. We have many other things that is available in the service. So if you want to take a look and sign yourself up, we'd be happy to have you. So that's it. I think we'll be back with another stock tomorrow, and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.